So to start it off with, I'm using a new Tarte palette, and I already primed my eyelids, and I am taking the shade Shimmer, which is pretty much the same color as my base, and I just go ahead and set it as usual, like when you set your highlight, when you're baking your face. Yeah, pretty much we don't want anything creasing. And I'm taking Smarty Pants, a shadow from the palette. It is a warm soft brown, and I'm using a Sigma E40 blending brush, and I'm just blending that all over the crease with no rhyme or motion, just back and forth, windshield swiping motions. You guys know the drill, just blend that all over. Of course, we are going to start with a soft because we're going to work our way up to a darker shade. So just blend that all over. There's no rhyme or reason. Be messy, it's okay, no problem with that. And now I'm taking an angled brush. I believe this one is by Eco Tools. Most likely because that bamboo yellow color, only Eco Tools has it pretty much. But anyways, I'm using the Shadow Rebel from the palette. And I'm starting off from the outer corner on the crease. And I'm going halfway mid. So I'm not taking it to the inner corner. I'm just going from outer to the mid section. So pretty much I define that crease right there, and I just work my way slowly blending it upwards. In upward motions, you want to start blending the harsh line. So you're going to grab the brush in a angled motion. That way it's easier for blend. So blend upwards, away from the harsh line where we started. So you want to make sure that you keep blending upwards. That way the harsh line starts fading away little by little. It is a process, but I promise if you keep on blending, it's just going to start looking very, very gradient, and then the harsh line is going to disappear. So just blend upwards and keep working. Pretty much just build it up little by little, and it's going to start looking really good. And I'm doing the same step I did to the previous eye, so pretty much defining midways that crease and little by little blending it upwards. Taking my favorite blending brush, the MAC 217, I go ahead and blend all of that shadow to make sure nothing looks harsh. So just blend back and forth, upward motions, any motion, left motion, side motion, any motion you feel like in order to blend that so the harsh line can start disappearing in case you weren't able to blend it out with the angle brush. So just blend back and forth, make sure it looks very gradient and it starts fading to look very, very neat. Using the same angle brush, I am taking the Shadow Leader, which is a bit darker than Rebel is, and I'm pretty much doing the same step as I did with the Shadow Rebel, and I'm defining halfway that crease and blending upwards. Pretty much it's the same repeated step as I did previously, so it shouldn't be as hard as it was the first time, which is really complex, but if you pay attention and practice it, I promise you'll get it. flat shader brush, and I am taking Rocker from the palette. It's a shimmery kind of taupey grayish color, but I find it more grayish, but when it's on the palette it looks taupey. Anyways, pretty much I'm just going ahead and cleaning that crease. I did apply, actually in the first time I did forget to apply my Fix Plus spray, but anyways, I went ahead and applied it after. It made it pop, and I'm just pretty much cleaning any fallout from the crease that I did, any of the brown shadow. With the same brush, I did go ahead and clean any of the previous shadow. I am taking Funny Girl from the palette, and I'm just applying that from the inner corner, mid-waist, to the crease. So I'm not taking it to the outer. I'm just starting from the inner and just stopping mid-waist. I don't want to take it to the outer corner because I just want that area, that inner corner, to pop. Besides the highlight that I'm going to be applying the inner corners, I want to make sure that my eyes pop with that shadow as well. I usually always do my liner with gel and my favorite brush by MAC, the 210, but lately for some reason I've been digging just liquid liner, just starting off with that instead of going over it after I did the gel eyeliner. But anyways, I'm winging my eyeliner. If you want a very detailed wing liner tutorial, let me know. This one was a little bit complicated for me because, you know, I'm so used to gel and just going over it with liquid. But this time I'm trying just to get more practice on liquid liner and to perfect it as much as I do with gel. So now I'm taking activist? Anyways, that shadow from the palette, and I'm using the same angled brush. And I'm repeating the same step I did previously just to define that crease even more. So pretty much you're already going to have a defined crease, but you want to make sure you want to define it more. So with that darker shadow, it's going to give me more definition, and we're going to repeat the same steps. You know, just forming that angled defined crease and blending it upwards is the same step, just repeat it a third time. But I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much just show you and not try to fast forward this part because I want you to see what a difference it makes from starting from a very light shadow to a darker shadow and how much it defines your crease even more. Now I'm taking the same flat shader brush with the first shimmery shadow we used, Rocker from the palette, and I'm cleaning up that crease just in case some of that dark shadow did go ahead and mess up the shimmer. So I'm just cleaning that out to make it even more defined. Nothing complicated, it's just easy, clean it out. And I'm taking the lashes by Flutter Lash and Intoxicating from the Ersatz collection, and I'm going ahead and applying some damn mascara. Why did I say damn mascara? There was no need for that. Anyways, you know the drill. And I go ahead and blow on my lashes, and this is not sanitary, but anyways, we still do it. We shouldn't because it's not good for us since it's going in our eyes. And pretty much I already applied one of my lashes off camera, and I'm applying the other one just to kind of give you a little recap of how I apply my lashes. It's not always easy, even if I have so much practice. Sometimes the lashes want to be hard-headed and not apply on your eye. And this is a step I always do, no matter if my lash glue is black or dark or any color. I like to go over it with liquid liner or gel eyeliner, anything, just to pretty much just hide that lash band because it just gets me irritated if it's showing. I have to make sure it blends in with the liner. But sometimes you do get on your lashes, so just kind of smear your fingers through it just to make sure, you know, your lashes don't get tacky and get ruined. Now I'm taking a flat brush and I'm defining that lower lash line with one of the shadows, which I believe was either Leader or Rebel. Not so specifically sure, but anyways, just go ahead and blend that. But I believe most likely that was Leader because it's darker than Rebel. And just pretty much just run that on your lower lash line. Just blend it out. Make sure it looks harsh because at the beginning when we want it to look harsh, but of course we're going to go ahead and blend it with another color and another brush as well. And I'm taking a pencil brush, which the name is the pencil brush by Makeup Geek, and I'm just pretty much running it through that shadow we did run with the flat brush. and we're just blending it all out. I did not apply any shadow from it, just blending it out so it won't look harsh. But I'm gonna go ahead and plan on adding another color. Of course, as usual, I like to build up my colors, but I'm just blending it out so it won't look harsh, so when I go in with another color, it could be easier for me. And now I'm taking my kohl liner, I think it's by Rimmel. I will leave it in my the description box, the details of the products I use and stuff like that. And I'm using the same pencil brush, and I'm just smearing that liner downwards. And I'm not doing it, you know, so harsh, just slowly, gently bringing that black downwards so it can kind of blend. That way I don't have to go in with the black shadow, because black shadows have a lot of fallout. And if you don't start little by little, it becomes bad, and it's just really hard for you to start blending. So I'm just bringing that, smudging it downwards to my lash line. And I just keep doing the same thing, bringing it down, smudging it, and the the water line. And I'm just pretty much looking at the mirror to see how it looks, to make sure that both eyes look even. So I'm just going back and forth on each eye. Now I'm using another pencil brush and using the Shadow Smarty pens, and I'm blending all of that together. That way it could be very gradient look. Very gradient look? That didn't make sense. But anyways, you know the drill. Now with the shadow that we did use in the inner corner, which was Funny Girl, I'm just taking another brush and highlighting my inner corners. Now I'm taking my favorite lip pencil by MAC in the shade Spice, and I'm outlining my lips. I don't like to overline a lot, so pretty much I do it in a natural way when I do. This time I'm not overlining, I'm actually following my natural line. But for some reason my lips are small. They look big when I outline them. I don't know if this happens to everyone, but it does happen to me. And I like to always pretty much outline my lips, but also blend from the inner corners to the outer corners and blend that lip line so it doesn't look harsh. And I'm just taking it, you know, from the inner outer corner, blending upwards, and every motion I can to make sure it looks blended. Because of course I am going to apply a lip gloss over it, and I'm going to make sure it all blends together so you won't tell the difference if the colors are, you know, the shades are slightly different. Taking my favorite lip gloss, it's by Milani in the shade Bare Secret. I can't find another lip gloss that matches this one or is better. I can't. For some reason, I always go back to this one because it has kind of like a brown undertone, but it's still nude. And pretty much I apply it all over that lip pencil that I outline my lips with, and I blend it all together, which is going to give it kind of like a mauve color towards it. So you made it to the end. I want to thank you for watching the whole tutorial. If you skipped it, you shady person. I'm just kidding. Anyways, thank you for watching the whole tutorial. I hope you did learn some techniques the way I did it. I hope I'm descriptive as much as I wish I'm being, because I know how hard it can be through a tutorial to learn how to do things. It's like you want to recreate it and it doesn't come out as you want it. Like I've said previously, well, I don't know if you follow me on Snapchat or not. Add my Snapchat, we'll leave it down in the description box. I always say practice makes perfect, because if you practice, trust me, you will get to where you want to be. And also when you want to recreate something, remember that it's not always going to be the same, but you want to make sure that you get it similar but not exactly the same. That way you don't be on yourself that much, you know. Anyways, I hope you recreate this look. It's kind of a little complicated, but I mean, it all takes practice and time. So hey, you never know, maybe next week you'll be better, and just keep on practicing. Trust me, practice makes perfect. So you'll be where you want to be. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and liking. I appreciate that. What else can I say besides gracias? Anyways, yeah, just stay tuned for more.